Isaac Julien provides insight into the famed anti-colonialist thinker and psychologist Frantz Fanon through his 70-minute drama documentary film Frantz Fanon, Black Skin, White Mask, produced in 1996. Julien reinterprets the events of Fanon's life from 1925 to 1961 in the context of the late 1990s through cinematic reenactments. These revivals illustrate that cultural integration and self-liberation unites the diaspora and generates a capacious entity that eventually triumphs over the interlocking systems of domination. Julien explores the topic of cultural integration in his reenactments through two major settings: the Algerian psychiatric ward, where Fanon worked from 1953 to 1956, and the stage-like black box, where actors performed mime-like sequences in semi-realistic sets.
Julien captures the Algerian psych ward, where Fanon worked for 3 years, in order to illustrate the power of cultural integration within psychiatry. Fanon removes chains from his patients' bodies and encourages social interactions between his patients through building a small society and hosting interactive therapeutic sessions to foster further integration. Julien's representation of the liberation of the psych ward is a metaphor for cultural integration of the diaspora. He portrays the physicalities of the constructed society within the ward with shots of the outdoors. Through constructing the cinematically open space for a liberated entity, Julien carves out a capacious identity for the diaspora to heal from the psychological damage of hegemonic colonialist narratives.
Julien incorporates the cultural symbol of the veil to showcase the importance of cultural integration. In this scene, an unveiled woman lies face first at the feet of the veiled woman, elevated on an inscribed pedestal. This dichotomy of alive versus dead symbolizes how the hurried removal of the veil, without contemplation of its prolonged cultural significance, in order to appear socially progressive, eventually backfires on the Algerian population. The inscription reads, "In his name the memory is mute. History speaks in the quickening of the dead." And as it claims, the veil does speak by standing as a lasting cultural symbol that evolves with Algerian culture, showcasing the infinite capacity of culture and its essential role in political conflicts. Acceptance of previously important cultural symbols, hence cultural integration, is the driving force behind a liberating victory.
Another cultural symbol is music. The vessel for music, a large brown radio, remains the centerpiece for Julien's imagination of the Fanon family. Young Fanon is seen engaging with the radio as he enjoys Creole music. However, his mom disrupts this cultural resonance by turning off the radio. This leaves Fanon frustrated and unresolved, even into Fanon's adult life, as he is unable to relate to music as his cultural symbol. The radio becomes the vessel for cultural integration as adult Fanon is repeatedly seen sitting next to it, even in the final scene of the movie. Cultural integration remains the holy grail, and Fanon, along with the entire diaspora, is engaged in an endless pursuit for it. Fanon's casket scene is a spiritual gateway of unity and victory. The Algerian flag is draped over his casket, a culmination of his efforts of cultural integration, accomplished through his incessant work for Algerian independence. The tombstone, shaped as an open book, is placed in center as symbol for Fanon's lasting impact on the 1950s pedagogy as an avant-garde for diasporic scholarship. Julien's ontological approach visualizes the advent of cultural studies and the triumph of the global diaspora. Julien's multi-dimensional visual narrative of Fanon lays the groundwork for cultural studies and new interdisciplinary approaches.
Julien's visuals illustrate the passion of a new diaspora, a liberated entity out of struggle, united through cultural integration. This drama documentary, however, uses its cinematic reenactments as a warning for the audience living in a seemingly post-racial society. The eerie contemporary reenactments urges its audience to remain vigilant. We are closer to the time of anti-colonial wars than we would like to believe.